Top diplomats of the group of 7 nations start 2 days of talks in Tokyo from Tuesday, the first such gathering since the Hamas attack on Israel. G7 leaders have started arriving for the meetings, and they are expected to exchange views on the conflict as well as China's increasing maritime activities. Japan will host its second G7 foreign ministers meeting this year after the one in April. Japan also chaired the September meeting in New York. Japan condemns the terrorist attacks by terrorist group Hamas. It plans to convey its call for a humanitarian pause as the Gaza district is on the verge of a serious crisis. The G7 foreign ministers are preparing to hold an online session with their Ukrainian counterpart, Kuleba, as well as during their meetings in Tokyo this week. And India correspondent Chris Bilbert tells us more.
Japan is looking to round out what it views as a successful presidency of the G7, the Group of 7, this year. It does have one more ministers' meeting coming up in December for the Interior and Security Ministers. But as you say, this is the second and last ministers or foreign ministers meeting being held in Japan this year. And look, it is looking to round out those issues you mentioned, helping and helping each other to maintain individual economic and diplomatic ties with China, while countering, as they say, any change to the status quo in the Indo-Pacific by unilateral acts of force, which is their coded way of saying no invasions, looking to reaffirm their support for Ukraine as the G7 leaders did in May, very strongly and very clearly, and talking about how they can, further support Ukraine. In fact, Volodymyr Zelensky just the other week was saying that he was feeling a little bit forgotten about with all the brouhaha happening in the Middle East, and that, of course, is going to rocket to the top of the agenda as well. The Hamas attack had not happened when Yoko Kamikawa, the foreign minister of Japan, called this meeting. It is going to be, on the agenda, certainly some kind of joint, statement about how the G7 wants to pursue, and also their concern is going to be any spillover conflicts in the Middle East as well.